Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we have a very special Macintosh Classic II that has been haunting me for several months now. So let's get right to it. In the chat already we have Garth Beagle and Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Hey, Dave, good to see you on. Normally you have to work on Saturdays. That's excellent. Now we can hang out together. And Trina's Technobabble is here. How's it going, Trina? So this is my cursed Mac Classic 2. Back in March I bought 16 compact Macintoshes, and I've been restoring them and selling them off and donating that money to charities. And this one has been vexing me, so I haven't been able to fix this one. And so let me show you. Well, first I'm going to show you that I have a Mac Classic 2 logic board that actually is good, just to prove that the chassis is good. Because one of the things we always hear is that the analog board needs to be redone. And if we check our voltages here, so you can see our 5 volts right around there, 507. I have it dialed in about as good as I can get. And so you get the nice chime. And we got our question mark because we got nothing. So, and then we can also check our 12 volt. Shouldn't have metal pokey things near an open board. There's a 12 volt, 12.11. It's all pretty good. So we know our chassis is good. This is actually a second Classic 2 that I had worked on for somebody else and need to get back to them. So good reason to get this other one done. The other thing I'll mention is that I've been swapping chips between boards to figure out, what the problem was. And so basically I changed up the main chipset, these three and this one, and this one, and I found out that this little guy was bad on mine. So basically I've changed everything except for the CPU. So that's where we're at today. So we'll see if the CPU makes a difference here. So let's show you what I'm looking at here. And this one goes like this. Okay, so we won't need to plug anything else in on this one. Let's make sure our probes are connected. So it's not going to make any noise because I have the sound chips off right now. But the pattern that shows up is seemingly random every time. So this one, there's actually nice vertical bars. Normally that doesn't happen. We get a lot of this kind of garbage. Hey, Bacchus, no, it's not fixed yet. Just getting started with our description. So you can see the problem with this board. Steve from Mac84 is here too. How's it going, Steve? And so, yeah, this is what we're working with. Not ideal. And like I said, I've switched everything on this board, and nothing seems to be working. So that's gonna lead me to the CPU. And I don't know if that's going to work. There could be some trace that I'm missing, something like that. This is just a standard ATX extension cable, which are really useful for working on these old Macs. You think the problem is the computer? Come on, the Mac Classic 2 is lovely. It's a poor man's SE30, which is like me. So, I love that. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's zoom in. It's inside the computer, yes. All right, so here we go. We're at about 50% zoom here. Let's just whip this thing off and let's see what we got here. All right, so I'm gonna use my highly technical heat shields. I have my hot air station set to 380 degrees Celsius with about 110, what are we at here? 120% airflow. And I have the nozzle off, so it's going to be about as wide as it can get. Let's get our isopropanol away from the heat. Alright, so the extension cable was Steve's idea. If you say so, Steve. I think he saw it on Bruce's channel first. So we're just gonna come in here. I do want to hit this thing, take a look at it under the microscope to make sure we're not like missing any weirdness with traces underneath the CPU. Sorry about the flickering again. My workshop has really terrible electricity. And I'm not really going to apply force to this thing. We just kind of want to let it heat up. Just give it a little check every once in a while. It's not the terrible electricity. Oh. Swift little iPod, how's it going? Okay, so we're starting to get it heated. I saw some movement there. Alright, and we are off. I am doing pretty good. We got this CPU off here without seemingly doing too much damage. Our crappy little 16 megahertz 68030. Alright, so let's switch over to the microscope and let's see if we can see anything bad underneath here. And let's see, how do we change up? I feel so out of practice. I only had a week. Vic the Vicar, how's it going? Alright, so let's take a look. Looks like we're pretty good here. I don't see any torn traces, lifted pads so far. Okay, shut off my hot air, turn on my soldering station. I might be mispronouncing it, Steve. Don't take my pronunciation as law. Alright, so I was expecting to see some corrosion under here or something, like some bad traces, but this all looks pretty nice. So let's lube it up, get all this old solder off. Gotta finish using up my chip quick. That's right, Steve. We can't say nothing, right? I am originally from Jersey, if people didn't realize that. Alright, let's see, what do we need? I need some snippers. Someone stole my snippers. Yes, someone stole them. Wait, Garth, you're not from Jersey, are you? So we're just gonna trace along here. Get rid of some of this. And of course I'm probably gonna melt a socket or something. Ah. New Yorker. Oh, did I say that like a Bostoner? I still haven't. I still haven't learned my New England accent yet. Say water a bunch. So I always get made fun of up here. Well, the first few years I was up here, I got made fun of a lot because I'm from South Jersey slash Philadelphia, so we say water, and so I fixed that. I have changed my pronunciation from water to water. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that makes me feel like I'm losing myself, my roots. I don't know what's up with my microscope. It's like half in focus and half out of. Ugh. That's pretty good Boston accent there. Kokomo, Indiana English. Ooh. I never would have pegged you for a Midwest boy, Dave. Who am I even when I change my pronunciation? Indeed, it's like, part of who you are. They might kick me out the next time I go down to an Eagles game or something like that. Um, how's it going, Eric's Edge? Good to see you, my bud. That's true. If you just mispronounce it, nobody can tell mispronounce everything. Nobody can tell where you're from originally. Just make up weird pronunciations for everything as you go along. All right. And Starbuck Tech is here. How's it going, Starbuck? Um, I don't know. What do you think? Should we say etc.? Let's poke at some of these and just make sure there's nothing like. Well, we're not gonna be able to poke at all of them, but let's see what. Not that one. That one goes around. That one's good. Yes, it's always fun when people pick up different accents during their English learning. I know know this part is kind of annoying, but it's kind of important. Yep. Alright, not going to be able to figure out those. Not going to be able to figure out those. Ugh. Some of my flux is a little nasty. I'm going to clean this off a little bit. Oh, and Eric Helgeson's here too. How's it going, Eric? Alright, so far, for those that have joined late, we have a Macintosh Classic II that has weird artifacts on the screen, and basically up until this point I've swapped out everything I possibly can, except for the CPU. So, we're going to try to swap out the CPU and see if that makes a difference. Sorry about this part. It is kind of bland. It's not flux. It's isopropanol. There was a lot of flux. The isopropanol got rid of it. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Somewhere around here. That one and that one are the same. This thing. That's good. How's that beeping sound on the stream? Is that the most annoying thing ever? That one doesn't go anywhere. Oh, going wrong place. I like that they put all these vias in here to help you find out which things are good and not. I just lost my place. That one's that one. Nope, that one's that one. So that one goes all the way over there. Good. Alright, so all these look pretty good. Came for the IPA and stayed for the beeps. So up here, IPA can mean a lot of things, you know. We've got isopropanol. We also are known for our New England IPAs. All right, so let's see. Let's get this new CPU on here. Does anyone remember which way it goes? Dope. Let's see. Where's my dot? Oh, I can look at the other board. Okay. Ooh, yeah, some nice Apple Pascal coding. Are you going to stream today, Eric? I would love to learn coding. All right, we're going to glob this thing up with that. Don't get Eric started on IPAs. I can imagine it's a controversial subject for a lot of people. All right, let me grab my other board. Because I forgot which way the CPUs go. All right, there's our dot over there. Gotta glob it on. Bloop. Okay. Our happy little CPUs. I like beer you can chew. Yeah, I used to love all sorts of beer. I've gotten kind of addicted to the New England IPAs since I've been up here. Very fruity, refreshing. But yes, I can imagine that not everybody shares my taste. Alright, that looks pretty darn close. Let's inch it that way just a little. Okay. This part is fun, huh? Alright, soldering iron. Let's do this. That's the real reason I decided to do this stream, because, you know, I can have all of you entertain me while I solder however many pads this is. The right side looks off. Oh, yeah, it does. I think we're close enough. A bit tilted. It's kind of like me. It's gonna work. Clean my tip. One smidge more. You're just gonna keep saying that. Oh, look what you made me do. I tilted it. I'll take the heckling. I love it. So, a few weeks ago, I actually did one of these CPU swaps during Dave's stream. I had a 2SI that, when I got it all cleaned up, it didn't do anything. Like, no chime, no weird noises, no nothing. It powered on, and the CPU got really, really hot. So I'm going to come over here. Okay, so this is where I don't use enough flux. So what I did was I swapped the CPU on that. Did I mess up pin 1? No. We're in the right spot. It's a good thing to double check at this point. Good call, one bit. So I swapped out that CPU on Dave's stream, and the system chimed, came to life right away. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I should try this Classic II then, since it seems to be my last resort. And, you know, I could really glob on a lot of flux and use the drag solder method. But I'm really terrible at drag soldering, so we're just gonna go low and slow here. I always get a lot of pins bent when I try to drag solder. So the other thing you're noticing is that I'm having issues figuring out the height of my solder when I add it here. It's because this stupid scope, I bought it because it was a trinocular or whatever it's called. You know, the regular binoc with a microscope port or a camera port. And when you switch it so that it can use the camera, it closes off one of the eyepieces. So I lose my depth of field when I'm trying to stream. So it's a little annoying. Yes. You want a 9-hour stream? Oh man. I have some other projects that would probably take 9 hours. I have 2 Macintosh 2 SI power supplies that need to be recapped. But one is so nasty the solder won't even attach to the board. So I gotta get that thing in the ultrasonic bath. You can all see over here where I hit that one with the soldering iron previously. Got a nice bridge there. Zenocide 21, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Yes, a shirt iron would be great. I have actually like we used to use them for applying the outer surface for remote control airplane wings. It was like a little iron that you could melt. Now I even forget what the stuff is called that you cover the wings with, but basically you put it on, you melt the edges with the little iron, and then you kind of heat the whole thing up with a blow dryer, and it shrinks your. It's kind of like shrink wrap, you know, like heat shrink tubing, but for model airplanes. Yes, tiny little traces. I don't like the way this one looks. You're gonna come back over this way a little bit. Come here, you little guy. Come here, you little guys. Happy little leads. This tip is a little bit bigger than I would like to use for this kind of work, but it is the smallest tip I have. Yeah. I'm hoping to get a nice soldering iron at some point, but for the time being, my Weller from 1974 is doing a great job. Look at that. See what happens when you don't put enough flux on? Happy little traces. Happy little legs. Oh, look at that mess I just made. Oh my god. Yeah. I do like having extra thermal mass sometimes. Just trying to figure out the best way to... I know I'm going to melt that socket. Yep. Definitely going to melt the socket. There we go. See, you did it a little bit. Trust me, folks, I am a professional. Actually, I am not a professional, but I like to play one on YouTube. And of course, since we're talking about Bob Ross, one of his messages was like, just try it. Just do your thing. Give it a shot. How bad can it be? Yes, I'm going to bridge 20 legs right here, but you know what? We can figure out a way to resolve that. Oh my god. That one's bad. Okay, let's go over here. Transfer some of our solder somewhere else. Get over there, you solder. It's time to clean my tip. Whew. A little more flux. If things start looking like this, you gotta get more flux on there. And of course, I didn't even get it in the right spot. There we go. See, more flux always helps. But I'm a cheap jerk, so I don't like to use a whole lot of flux. Alright, is anyone else sweating? This is intense. Oh my gosh. This one, I think is, yeah, it's a big trace, so it's putting in lots of heat. It might actually be part of the same trace. Of course, the other fun thing we're going to find out here once we power this on is if this CPU is actually good at all. So I bought a 4-pack of these from, oh yeah, that is part of the same trace. I bought a 4-pack of these CPUs off of eBay from China, and the first one worked, so that gives me hope that the other ones will work. It's just kind of ugly. I want to get rid of this. You're getting as sweaty as when you tried to repair a Wii. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, they're the same. They're the same. Oh, now these two are the same, but they shouldn't be. Just clean your tip. Apply a little bit of that. Those two really want to be together. That's very nice. More flux, more flux. Alright, I think we're on to our last side here. And of course, after I get the CPU done, I also need to put back on the sound chip and some other chip that I took off of this thing. Or sound chips. I think this one has 2 sound chips. So what's everybody else working on today, aside from Steve working on breakfast? Oof, what a mess I made there. Alright, so let's... Oh, man. Just reinstalled OS X on an iMac. What kind of iMac? Lots of people cleaning their labs. That is a very important thing to do every once in a while. I spent some time this week working on mine. Not that you can tell by currently looking at it, but I can tell. Okay. So we got our isopropanol on there. Power Mac 5500. Nice. Alright, so now let's check our legs to make sure they're soldered. And oh, that one is not soldered. There we go. Ah, nice. I have a 2009 iMac that I want to do a motherboard swap in to see if it's possible. I think it is, to upgrade it from like the Core 2 Duo era to the like Core i5, Core i7s. So that'll probably be a stream at some point if people are into aluminum iMacs at all. Oh, that's a logic board. I meant logic board. Sorry, Mac folks. Oh, that one does not want to go. Right. Now, of course, I have isopropanol all over everything, which is just great. I always find it's harder to find stuff once I do my cleanings. Alright, that one's good now. These ones don't look too hot, so I'm going to come back and put a little bit more on. These. Okay, so one side all checked. Let's go to the next side. Oh, that stupid one. Yeah, there you go. That's a smart idea. You just set up wherever the things are. And you don't have to move things. I really hope I never have to move again in my life. Either that or I might just have a giant yard sale. Invite you all over. Alright, so we got those two sides done. Onto this side. Hey, the Tech Knight's here. How's it going, man? Is the TV that one that you did the that has the round screen Tech Knight? Because I was watching that. That was a cool TV. Oh, missed that one. Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. Close to me turning this thing back on and having the exact same symptom, I'm sure. Oh. Alrighty. That one's done. Looks like I have a little mess right there. Don't like the way that one looks. There we go. Is anyone keeping a close eye on this? Does it look like I have any more bridges on this thing? Whew. Alright, folks. What do you think? Shall we give this a shot? Let's see here. How do we change our view? We'll go back to here. Okay. That's still too zoomed in. There we go. Alright, so that's our good board. We'll set that one aside for everyone. There's the lump. There's the lump. crust on there. That's not it. Alright. This is the part where I get the most views when I blow stuff up. So I don't think we'll need this. We're at the blowing stuff up stage. Let's throw some little dust over the shoulder for good luck, yeah. Alright, here's our Classic II chassis. And need some electricity. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this was my first attempt at retro brighting, and it actually didn't go very well. It's very streaky. We got nothing going on here. Nada. Oh, sage. Yeah, that's a good idea. These have 2 megs of RAM on the board, so it theoretically should be fine. Most likely, there's a pin missing or something. Just want to give it a little chance here to warm up. Maybe I should put the sound chips back on. See, we got nothing. Nothing's overheating, so that's a good sign. All right, let's put this back under the microscope and double check our work. Yes, the power cable was plugged in. That's always my biggest issue too. Microscope view. Oh, maybe I should check to make sure I don't have like bridged traces. Like maybe that one. Yeah, that was one of the things I did on one of my streams. I couldn't figure out why a system wasn't powering on. Turned out that it just wasn't plugged in. Oh, that trace is not connected. Garth, you know exactly what you're talking about. You're one of my greatest sources of information. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Oh, where's my pokey things? Here we go, pokey things. I'm going to be all paranoid that I missed a trace, even though I went over this whole thing. Sometimes you still miss stuff. Alright, let's go back to beat mode. Everyone loves beeping. Now one of these should be beeping. Yeah, this one should be beeping. Look good there. Nope, that trace is not soldered on. I had a very loose one when I poked. Did I miss another one on that last thing? I know I'm missing one here. On the side I was just on. Okay, so I'll come back to that one then. Thank you. Oh, let's go back to beat mode here. Slightly to the right from center. Okay. Thank you, Vic. Alright, so let's go back to that last side. Yeah, the problem on this system was very different than what I've seen on a lot of Classic IIs. Oh, there it is, that one. Oh yeah, you said right. It was on left. Yeah, and one of the things. Oh, I forgot to show this on the stream. Sometimes if I pushed on the CPU, the pattern would get different. Okay. Oh. That's an interesting thing. So, I mean, the one thing I did do was I swapped the ROM chips. I mean, I've swapped every chip on this board. Except for the CPU. I don't have a scope. Well, I guess my scope would be fine for just seeing if something's happening. I have a scope that someone gave me that, I really appreciate that they gave me, but I can only address like 8 megahertz with it reliably. I think it's a 20 megahertz scope. Oh, sorry. That might be a real bridge. Those two. I don't know if they're supposed to be together or not. They're two separate leads, and I don't see anything I've done to create a bridge there. Oh yeah, it's a good call, Garth. Check the other Classic II board and see if there's a bridge there. That one. That one's weird. That one actually does look like it's supposed to go together. That one looks like it might be something. Oh, yep, that one's a bridge. That one's definitely a bridge. Yeah, I swapped the ROMs. That was the first thing I did because that's obviously the easiest. Then I tried swapping the RAM. Oh, there's still a thing there. I see it right now. You see a bad pin. Alright, so I'm going to try to not move this. Right side 9 over. So 9 from here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. 8 over. Yep, that's definitely a bad solder joint. Thanks, Tech Knight. Oh, but that's not a soldering iron. CPU swaps. They said it would be fun. Come on, thing. One, two, three, four. Okay. Eight's down. Oh, I'm glad you're having fun, Steve. Whew. I'm sweating, man. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Yes, excellent eye check night. That was awesome. Alright, we got beeps. Let's see, where were we? Oh. That one is bridged with it. Over there. Okay, so let's check this other board. See if those two corner pins are indeed bridged by default. Yep. Okay. Alright. Let's give this another shot. I think that found a bunch of errors at least, so that's something, right? No, let's hope I didn't short out like something important. Oh, no, it goes this way. Dave says it'll work. If Dave says it'll work, then I have no fear at all. Yeah, it was good to find something. Okay, in a breath, and 3, 2, 1. I heard the high voltage kick on. Hey, look. We got a normal vertical line thing now, which is way better than we had before. So now I just need to remember what the vertical line thing means. Hopefully one of you all remember what that means. 'Cause I don't remember that one. Alright, so maybe let's put some more chips back on. So our voltages should be dead on. I checked it with the other board. We can check it again with this board. If I can find what I did with my thing. Clean the RAM area, check the voltage. That is the default state of the RAM before it initialized. Oh, that's interesting. So, well, yeah, let's put the other chips back on, because so these chips, I know we don't need the SCSI chip to boot. We shouldn't need the sound chips. Hey, Keikoba, how's it going? Yeah, I had all the chips removed because I was swapping them with the other board. And basically I was trying to get things working, like trying to figure out the bare minimum that would keep causing that same issue. Deoxit the heck out of the ROM slot. Yeah, I think this one is our reset chip. So let's stick that one back on, and let's see what happens if we have that chip, because I think that one might be a little bit more critical. So let's see, microscope. So that's where the sound chips are. There's that thing. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Get rid of all this stuff. Wow, you built an SE30 that worked first shot. That's incredible, man. I recently picked up an SE30 and it had been decapped, and I found a bunch of bad traces, but and I fixed those, but it is still very much dead. It's just not doing anything. Let's double check the orientation of that one. So that goes down there like that. Oh. Let's put some flux on that. Some more flux on that, I should say. Wow, I'm actually a little bit, I mean, there's a lot of really cool people on this stream. Keikova, you are a legend. I'm honored that you are visiting my silly little stream. I don't know, Tech Knight. You are also a legend. You know more about anything than I've ever seen. Anytime anyone has a question on Tinker Different, you're the person I see figuring out what's wrong. Oh, Jesus. Look at this. I am really bad at soldering. You do a lot of good stuff too, Steve. I hate these kinds of chips. I'm actually kind of excited that the pattern changed. You know, like that other pattern was so weird. It tells me that there's something different here. It might not be a good different thing, but there's something different happening today compared to what was happening previously. So I'm going to say we've made progress, regardless of how the rest of this stream goes. Yeah, I'll go back and double check that these things are actually soldered once I get some on. These kinds are such a pain in the butt. And you saw how much of a pain in the butt I had with the other with the CPU. So this one's obviously going to go really well. Yeah, I guess I should use the hot air. The nice thing is that they're easy enough to check to see if you got them soldered properly. It's just more inefficient this way. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Here we go. It's a lot easier when you can actually get to where you need to solder on these chips. Okay, let's go back to beat mode. Alright, one side's good, theoretically. That one's not good. Where's that one go? Alright, those are all good. The leads are starting to get a little dirty. It's not helping. Also, I can't see in 3 dimensions. Yes. There we go. Oh my gosh, come on, leads. I need to clean the chip off a little bit. Where's my isopropanol? Squirty squirt. That one seems to be a no. That one's good. 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 Alright, so that's the second one. Alright, thanks, Bacchus. Please let me know if I'm saying your name wrong. See, this one's kind of hard. This side's difficult to get to because we have the things, the reset and programmer buttons, and you can see I already hit that one once. There we go. Now, did I screw these up when I did that one? No, that's good. Bridges? No. That one says it's a bridge. Let's check the other board. It might actually be bridged. Yep. That one is bridged. And those two are bridged. Let's check the other board. Those two are bridged. Okay. That one is not touching the pad. Okay, we gotta get that first one. Let's try to come in the other way. Left-handed soldering. Very adventurous. There we go. That and beep. Coming in from the side on this. Let's see. Still don't like the way that one's behaving. Yeah, I don't think that one's there. Okay. Come on, solder. Flow for me, baby. Alright. Now, if that's not connected, then I just give up. There we go. Alright, next. Alright, so now let's check the board again. Alright, that's a good board. Let's not put the conductive thing under the computer. Oof. Here we go again. In 3, 2, 1. All right, we got high voltage. And we got nothing on the screen again. Oh, jeez. Alright, so that tells me I probably have a short somewhere. that I'm missing. This is a cursed board. You know, I was hoping that it wouldn't be. Or that we'd be able to uncurse it today. But hey, we can't win them all. Let's just look a little closer at this thing. Turn the computer into wine. Yeah. We might have to get to that point at sometime soon. Why is this looking so dark? Sorry, I need to make a little adjustment here. Oop, that's too much. I'm not gonna send this. Sean likes more advanced stuff than this. He likes fancy things. This is like a scrub board. Let's I like my simple board too. 68030 with a kinda useless expansion slot. That is what we're dealing with here. Alright, maybe let's see, what do you think we should do? I'm thinking about hitting this thing with some flux and reflowing it. I mean, I didn't see any bridges, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Yeah, one of the things I'd like to figure out is which systems are close to another. Because I isn't like the 2SI supposed to be really similar to the SE30? Alright, let's go back to here. Let's melt this thing. Do a look. Yes, a nice slow 16-bit memory bus. Let's see, 380, 120. Oh, I forgot to add flux. Flux this thing up real good. Alright. Yeah, they look kind of the same. They have like the same smaller footprint, and this slot kind of looks the same, but this one's very useless. The other one at least lets you put the memory card in there for that regular classic. All right, let's see if reflowing that thing did anything. With all that extra flux, flux always fixes it, right? Zoom out. Nope, this goes like that. So I swapped the egret chip with the one from the other board, and the egret works. They're swappable, so the egret's good, I think. I mean, at least it's enough that things boot up. Just want to dry this, clean this up a little bit. Let it cool off a little before I plug it in. Oh yeah, I wanted to check. So these... just want to make sure they weren't like pushed in like permanently. Nope. So switches are working, so that's something useful to know. Just letting this cool off a little bit before I do anything. Getting rid of some of the extra isopropanol. Okay, here we go. And what is the missing chip in the middle? So this is the SCSI chip. We shouldn't need that in order to get it to post. The sound chips, sometimes Apple does do weird things with sound chips to that. Sorry, I just saw something weird. Sound chips are part of the initiation process, but the thing about it is, the corruption that I was seeing on the stream earlier, the reset signal is passed through one of them. Huh. Okay. But so the thing that was weird was I did swap them with the other board. All right, so. Yeah, again, we're not getting anything on screen. Nothing's heating up, so that's always a good thing. Chipset's getting warm. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Well, it's hard now because I'm not getting any screen. But... let's try one more thing, and then I think I have to go for the day. But let's try this one. This is... The weird thing is, I mean, I could understand, if we were still getting the vertical stripes and, you know, after putting this on and thinking about, the progression, that, yeah, the sound chips might do something. But the thing that, if once we put this back on, for it to not do anything, that's concerning. That's making me wonder what's going on here. Actually, I'm gonna put my tip back on my hot air station. Well, this one thing I'm gonna try. I thought this was the serial chip, so that's why I didn't think we need it, but it might go over to the reset. So if anyone has Google handy, we have let's see, S9236AH 344S103 something A. I thought that was the serial chip, but let's see what happens. Let's get that off again. Oh yeah, that is the SCSI chip. Right. Oh, this is the floppy controller. That's right. You're right. Stubbed your toe on your molar Mac. Nice job, Steve. So let's take this one off the good board. Oh, it's smoking. It's smoking. Alright. So if we take our good board, and Joe's Computer Museum is here. Oh man, we could have used you. Oh. Alright, so what I have here is our good working Classic II board that I've taken that chip off, which I think it is the serial chip. Alright, let's see what happens when we take this thing and try to post it without the serial chip. Okay, yeah. So we get our gray screen. And we're getting a mouse. Alright, so we don't need that chip for this thing to turn on. So that's useful to know. Joe probably knows exactly which one on this we need to post. Alright, so here's our bad board. So theoretically, since we took this off, we should get the bars again. Okay, now we're getting nothing again. Alright, so I did something to this board that went from getting vertical bars to now getting nothing. Oh, jeez. Don't you just love troubleshooting? Time to make a reloaded board. You know, it's probably a great idea, but I have terrible ideas. That makes me think that there's something on this CPU that I missed that was like sketchy. Like I missed a really weak trace, like one of the legs is not fully soldered, or that there's like a intermittent bridge. We're making progress. It's slow progress, but you know, when you have no idea what you're doing anywhere, we'll take what we can get. So the fact that I got vertical bars at some point today was a huge progression to where I was earlier today. So, like I said, I still am going to take this as a win. Because, darn it, no sound until I ultrasonically clean them and let them sit for 2 months untouched. Yeah, that's how everything gets fixed, right? So that was one of the things I tried on this board. The first thing I did when I got my ultrasonic cleaner was to stick this board in there, and you know, I assumed that when I took it out that it would just work, but for some reason that wasn't the case. The fun bit with the 2SI I was working on, you know, when I first did the work on that one, it didn't do anything and the CPU got real hot. And then I ultrasonically cleaned it and the CPU no longer got hot, but it didn't do anything. So the ultrasonic didn't fix that one. I feel like I've missed something here. Yes, nothing tastier than baked logic boards. I don't know. I've poked at this thing. I mean, poking at it, that should theoretically fix everything, right? What the heck am I missing now? Why did we get vertical bars with the new CPU after getting weird bars beforehand to getting nothing. Alright, let's switch this. Yeah, it does sound like a bad trace. Let's give that a little clean. Yeah, since a lot of the heating made changes to the behavior, that could indicate a bad via, which is, a good reason to go with one of the reloaded boards. Hi, Don Furioso. I wish I had more interesting stuff for you to show up here with, but right now, reloaded stream when. Oh man, I'm really not looking forward to that project if I decide to do it. But you think I should? Oh, Technique, you have faith in me. Oh, let's do. Oh, Eric, way to really twist the knife even further. All right, did I screw something on the back of the board up after heating it up so much? I don't see anything out of place. Yeah, the old, let's just try it one more time trick. Oh, yeah. Is there a Classic II reloaded board? Flex the board while it's on. Let's see. Yeah, we're not getting anything. Oh well. Should we try right to the board? Alright, right to our board. Let's see. Yeah, we got nothing. Alright, yeah, there's always Sunday. There's actually, I have someone coming Sunday that we're going to work on his Mac Plus. So, I'm going to have a visitor. I don't know if we can stream him or not. Yeah, that's very cool if you have the Y cables ready to go. All right, well, let's summarize what we did today. So we took the CPU off of this board. We put a new CPU on, and originally this thing had weird stuff. You can go back to the original stream, or in my description, I have a short showing what the corruption looked like on this thing. So we swapped the CPU, and we got vertical bars, and so that was progress. And so then I put the serial chip back on, and we got nothing. So I don't know what that means. So be poking around some more on this one. Yeah, Mac Plus. I love the Mac Plus. I think it's my favorite of the compact Macs. I also have a project where I designed a little board that we can put an internal SCSI port to a Mac Plus. I still haven't done a video about that one, which I really need to do at some point here. But yeah, I'll be on Dave's stream tomorrow, so Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, check his, or I think I'll be on Dave's stream. I don't know if I am or not, but I'll be working on Mac stuff, and I'll be with you in spirit, even if I'm not physically there. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by today. Garth Beagle, always a pleasure. Steve, Mac84. And tomorrow is a stream for Dave. I'm not going to be streaming myself. Tech Night, you should definitely try live streams. You have a great personality for that kind of thing. But yeah, Tech Night, thank you for all your help today. Joe's Computer Museum, check out his website, buy all of his stuff, is where I buy most of my blue SCSIs. Who else was here? Speaking of blue SCSI, Eric Helgeson was here. Eric's Edge was here. Blah, blah, blah. And let's see. Swift Lil iPod was here. Vic the Vicar was here. I wish there was an easy way to see who all was here. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And everyone, have a lovely evening.